Hi everybody, and welcome back to Coblentz Builders, where we take your dreams and turn them into reality. In today's video, we're back in Grove City, Pennsylvania. We're working on the pickleball court building, and we're going to be putting metal on the roof and house wrap on the sides. Come check it out.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the pickleball court in Grove City. At the end of last week's video, we left off and the guys were putting some metal on the roof. So this video, we're going to pick up where they left off. A fresh roll of house wrap is sent up to the roof, gets laid out in place, and rolled up to the peak. Our cut guy is using our Milwaukee power snips to trim this long piece of metal. These are a tool that just really make the job so much easier and so much quicker. The piece that he just cut with those power snips is actually going to be the last piece of roof metal on what I'm calling the back of the building. As you can see, one of the crew members is actually up in the trusses at the peak. Another one is right along the fascia board, and that has our cut guy having to take that cut piece of metal and work its way up the ladder so that our crew members up on the roof can put it into place and screw it down. Here, a couple of crew members are putting in some gable trim. Don't worry, that extra will get trimmed off. Here we're seeing the crew foreman attach some hurricane hangers or hurricane ties to both the trusses and the headers. They get nailed to both pieces. That way they provide some security in the event of high winds or just some terrible weather. Some municipalities or locations require these with new construction of post-frame garages. Now the team has moved around to what we're going to call the front side of the building. This is the side that is facing the main road. And as you can see, the moisture barrier / house wrap is going down just a few feet ahead of the guys that are laying down the roof metal. This is a really good shot of a piece of roof metal being slid up into place, and it really shows the overlap ridge between the two pieces of metal. Once they get the piece up into place, then it gets screwed down, and not far ahead of them you can see we've got the house wrap / moisture barrier being laid down. Our cut guy does a great job of making this look really easy, but he's definitely got a system. That metal kind of gets stuck down into the ground a little bit, and that provides a nice lever for him to be able to lay it up along the side of the roof. Those long pieces of metal are actually pretty heavy, and then you add on top of it some cold weather, some winds, and some blowing snow, and it just really makes it a very difficult process. But again, he does a great job every single time. Here's a really good shot of us attaching our Typar house wrap to the roof. And just a little bit ago, I mentioned how the weather fought us almost every step of the way. Well, when you're putting house wrap on a roof and you've got high winds and some blowing snow, you're gonna have problems. One thing I do want to point out though is how our one crew member whose back you're looking at right now just absolutely stayed still and in place. He was holding the paper down knowing that the wind was going to be blowing it around, and it actually ended up laying over him and covering him up, but he just held his position knowing if he moved it was going to mess up the application of the house wrap on the roof. So he bared with it and stuck with it, and as our crew always does, got the job done. If it's one thing this crew is not, is lazy. So no, they're not just lollygagging around on the roof. There were just some unusually high gusts of wind, and they were just holding their own because our cut guy was down on the ground, and he was holding down the next piece of metal that was getting ready to be sent up to the roof, knowing that if he tried to pick it up, it would either blow the metal or him and the metal into next week. But the wind finally subsided enough to get that piece of metal picked up. wedged into the ground and sent up to the guys on the roof. Meanwhile, still trying to attach Typar house wrap in between gusts of the wind. They got the roof metal up in place, they screwed it down, and everything went on just like normal. If you can count hanging roof metal in 40 and 50 mile an hour winds normal. Getting the piece of metal in place, sliding it down to make sure the ends are even. Looks good here. If you're good up there, go ahead and screw it. Once the roof metal is secured, the next step is ice guard. Coblentz Builders puts ice guard on all of the metal roofs that they do, especially because of the area of the country we live in and the type of weather we get all winter long. Next piece up, he lays it alongside the previous piece, which has been screwed into place. Marks a line so that everything stays even. We'll slide it down some, and he'll screw this one into place. Here our crew member is taking some measurements and shouting those measurements out to the cut guy who's going to make what's called a bird box. While the bird box is getting constructed, he's going to stay up alongside the fascia and he's going to add some pieces of soffit. Oops, those pesky winds I was talking about. You can see how hard the snow is blowing. And he got his hat blown off, but don't worry, it didn't go very far. It just happened to land right back in his hand. So the hat was saved. Everybody can rest assured. The soffit gets screwed into place, and he just works his way down the whole length of the building, one piece at a time. Here we are inside the Coblentz work trailer with our cut guy. So it looks like a 6-inch piece of metal. It's already got one edge bent that you can't quite see. He's marking down, it looks like, at 5 3/4. Then he's going to take some hand snips and he's going to cut out a little notch, and that notch is going to make a bend point. Here he's using a handheld bender up above a notch that's really hard to see, and that's going to make a very clean corner where it bends. And here he's dual wielding, as the kids say today, to make what I'm going to call an outward bend in that bird box. He bends it out toward him. And then he's going to use some hand snips to make a little notch and to make a cleaner bend. And with the bird box being completed, he takes it back outside to one of the crew members up near the roof. And the two of them are going to work together to get that bird box put and screwed into place. So a bird box is actually, in this case, a 6-inch piece of fascia metal, which is bent around that corner to make the transition from the soffit to the roof overhang at the gable ends. It gets put into a preliminary position and then held with one screw. The exact positioning is then finalized and additional screws are added. Here we are at the other back corner where the soffit is already in place. That corner's bird box is being screwed into place, and you can see how it's just kind of hanging there for right now, but hold on just 1 second. If you can see through the blowing snow, he comes around that corner, he gets it into its final position, and then he screws it to the trusses. I mean, I did tell you guys earlier that the weather on this particular job seemed to fight us every step of the way. Here's another crew member on the third corner with the third bird box, getting it into position and just tacking it in with a nail before finalizing its position. And at corner number 4 is our crew leader, again doing the same thing, getting that fascia metal and that bird box into exact position. Now these 4 bird boxes were put into place on different days. They weren't all done on the same day. So that's how we got to see 4 different crew members in 4 different outfits with 4 different types of weather. Now that the soffit, fascia, and bird boxes are done on the front and back of the building, now we can start taking care of the gable ends. So here we have some house rack going up, and he figures while he's up there, we're going to install some F and J channel and start putting in the soffit. Well, the crew foreman has made it up the ladder and brought the piece of soffit with him that he needs to put in next. So we're going to get up there and put it into place and just reach down and grab our trusty Milwaukee, there we go, screw gun, and put that piece of soffit right where it belongs. Over on the other side of the same gable end, we have another one of the crew members not focusing on soffit at the moment, but trying to get house wrap up on that end. Once the house wrap is on the gable end, they just come around the corner and start putting the house wrap on the front of the building, which will be facing the road. And as they near the end of the front of the building, they get a little bit smaller piece of house wrap that's going to cover up above the garage door openings. It's a tighter fit, but they make it work. So the plans for this pickleball court included what I'm going to call a mud room, and then there's a half bath inside there also, so folks can change their clothes or just go in between their street clothes and what they're wearing to play pickleball, and then change back in their street clothes. So here we're hanging what's going to be the outside man door coming into what I'm going to call the mud room. So obviously the door gets attached to the framing already put in place. The hinges get screwed down tight, and we just check to make sure that the door opens and closes properly. We tighten and loosen the door hinges accordingly, and we keep checking the door to make sure that it's working properly. And of course, with doors come hardware. So here we are installing the doorknob with a key lock feature. So this door's hardware included a deadbolt locking mechanism. So we're going to go ahead and get that installed. And getting that deadbolt installed will be the final feature of this week's video.
So that'll wrap up today's video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit the like and subscribe button and come check us out on our next video where we're hopefully going to finish up this pickleball court. If you are in the northwestern Pennsylvania or eastern Ohio area and are interested in us building your building and being featured on one of our next videos, then call me, Robert, at 814-572-5241, and I'd be happy to talk to you.